gone sports. Hey, girls gone sports. Show me you reppin' your team with Santina and Jeanine. Hey, girls gone sports. Hey, girls gone sports. We steady getting it hype. Hey, I know that you gonna like. You know it's poppin'. If it's a game, you know that we watchin'. We gonna talk football or basketball. All sports, come get involved. Hey, girls gone sports. Woo!
Welcome back to episode 51 of Girls Gone Sports Podcast. Girls Gone Sports. Oh, we made it to 5 and 1
and 51.
Hey, Santina.
Hey, Jeanine.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm feeling 51.
I'm feeling
flirty,
nostalgic.
Okay.
Feisty.
And
optimistic.
I almost need like a roar, like cat noise.
Like Jaguars.
I like that you're feeling optimistic. That makes me so happy.
Thanks.
I feel like we're back in 1975 and we're just kicking it like
there.
disco girls. We were. Remember we were like in high school.
Yeah, we were 18.
We're like class
Seniors.
of 75.
Yeah.
Hey, wait, how do you do a 7 on your hand? This?
Well, I draw my 7. I write my 7s with like the 9.
Do you ever do like the fun cursive 7?
Like basically like that?
Yeah.
No, I just go like that.
To straight across.
Yeah.
Oh, the line. Yes, you do that. Well, speaking of crossing the line, we want to say, first of all, if this is your first time joining us here on Girls Gone Sports Podcast, make sure you are following us along here on YouTube. You are subscribing to the channel, right? Shows your support. You are liking this video. We want to know if you're into it. Mm-hmm. And also, you were hitting that notification bell so you never miss an episode of Girls Gone Sports. Because, Santina, why would you want to?
There's no reason.
There literally is no reason. We're 51 and we are loving it. We're old, she says.
Kidding, we're young.
And if you are listening along on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, wherever you stream your podcast, we want to say thank you so much for tuning in today. Now, Santina, last week we celebrated our 50th episode. It was a great time. We did some trivia. We did a 50-second rant. And as promised to our amazing listeners and viewers of Girls Gone Sports, we have the answers of our trivia. Do we have a drum roll? We have no. I don't even know.
That.
Is it? Should I play it, guys? If this is not a drum roll, please forgive us. Let's see. I'm just gonna lower the laughter. Anyway, they're laughing. They're laughing at us.
They're all gonna laugh at you.
See, now we're laughing with them. So now we're part of the problem.
Right? They can't. They can't
Anyway,
do that to us.
so we have our questions from last week's episode where we did some trivia about different. It was just trivia
kind
in
of
general,
just
right?
like sports trivia, sports entertainment trivia,
and we called it 50-50 because last week was our 50th episode, and we saw. Oh my God, I can't even talk. We thought that we would have two answers, call it 50-50. And it worked out great. Not the 50-50 lotto, 50-50 game. I know, I wish. You know, Santina and I actually used to sell lottery tickets when we worked together.
Oh, we were working that lotto counter, okay?
We were talking to the customers like we do now. We were smiling, eye contact, good time.
We grew very close to some customers. Yes. My favorite were the ones that came in with their stuff already written down. And then if they wanted it straight, the 50 would just be after.
Yes.
What was the other one called?
Box.
Yeah, box and straight. That's when it was on both sides. But if it was on the front, it's kind of confusing. Yeah. But once you're in there, you're like,
right. Oh, yeah. And if that doesn't make sense, just ignore it. It was a great time. And honestly, Santina and I had the best time together. And I loved when the customers would double check to like make sure I didn't do it wrong. And I was like, I know it's right. And they're like, yeah, all right.
And then my training was just like a weekend. The weekend and a half. Jeanine asked for like a full almost 2 weeks of training with me. She was like, Santina has to train.
It's like me as a coach. You know how they hire me sometimes for different football teams. Right. I need the in-person training. I need the mini camp. I need the voluntary workouts. I need that stuff. So we're going to go right into our questions. Now we are going to tell you what we answered and how did we do. Last week, you might have already had these answers and you already knew them. Some of them we didn't know, and that's okay. So the first question I asked Santina, who holds the record for most home runs in a single MLB season? Now, MLB for my friends and fans out there is Major League Baseball.
Yes.
Okay. So her choices were A, Barry Bonds, or B, Mark McGwire. Now, Santina, who Who did you choose? Remind the fans at home.
I chose Barry Bonds because I went with my heart. My dad's name is Barry, so I'm like, I feel like it's right.
And Santina, the answer is Barry Bonds. Great job, Santina. See, it's important, yes, to lead with your mind, but sometimes you need to take a step back and lead with the heart, and you did that. So I'm very proud of you.
Thank you.
Now, Santina, number 2, would you mind reading us that for us?
Yes. So question number 2, I asked Jeanine, and it was which country won the FIFA World Cup in 2018, and the choices were France and Croatia. Jeanine, what did you choose?
I chose France, and I'm feeling, if I lost, it's a win in my book for Kathy. # love you, girl. What was the answer?
All I'm going to say is open that book because it was a win, and it is France.
A win is a win. Merci beaucoup, merci beaucoup. Thank you. Now, Santina, your question.
Yes.
In tennis, who has won more Grand Slam titles? Is it A, Serena Williams, or B, Steffi Graf? I hope I said that right. Now, who was your answer choice, Santina?
I chose, of course, Serena Williams because I'm more familiar with her. I wasn't too familiar with the other one, so I chose Serena Williams.
Again, leading with our heart, and there's nothing wrong with that. Santina.
Yes.
Unfortunately, you chose the right answer, Serena. Great job, Santina. I'm proud of you, girl.
Thank you.
Great job.
So question number 4 to Jeanine was, who won the 2022 WrestleMania title? That was between either Roman Reigns or Brock Lesnar. Jeanine, who did you choose?
I chose Roman Reigns. And again, if you're at home listening to the questions for these first times, maybe pause the video, pause the episode, and guess for yourself, and you'll get automatic feedback. So it's almost like you get to play twice.
Right.
Again, I chose Roman Reigns. Santina, tell me, Teach, how'd I do?
The answer is Roman Reigns.
Yes.
Yay!
I want to thank my mom, my dad, all the
WWE.
listeners, WWE,
Paul
Heyman. Santina, so next question.
Yes.
Who was named the MVP for the NFL in 2019? Was it Patrick Mahomes or Lamar Jackson? Tell the audience members at home, who did you choose?
Okay, I'm pretty sure I chose Lamar Jackson because it was in 2019. That was our graduation year. Didn't hear much about Patrick Mahomes until later. So I chose Lamar Jackson. Was I right?
Santina, and you did it, girl.
I mean, guys, am I 3 for 3 right now?
LJ, Lamar.
What am I?
Great job, Santina. All right, we got a few more to wrap up our review of the questions. Santina, hit me.
So the 6th question that I asked Jeanine was, which basketball player has scored the most points in a single NBA game? It was between Wilt Chamberlain or Kobe Bryant. Jeanine, who did you choose?
And in honor of him, I did choose Kobe Bryant, and I was like, it's okay if I get it wrong, but I'm doing it for him, doing it for Mamba.
And it was Kobe Bryant.
You know what?
You knew.
Guys, in my heart of hearts, love you, Kobe.
You knew.
Santina.
Yes.
Now, your question, which I loved this question. Which football team has won the most Super Bowls? Do you remember? What's the correct answer?
Was it the Patriots? The New England Patriots?
Is she right, guys? Let us know in the comments. Santina, fortunately for you, you are correct.
Oh, really?
But fun fact, I guess according to Google, so pardon me if I am incorrect, they have the same amount of Super Bowl wins. So this was actually a trick question. Which,
so it could have gone either way.
Pardon me. Yeah, so you're 50-50.
Right.
You got both.
I love
it. The New England Patriots and the Pittsburgh Steelers, as a franchise, I see the Steelers more likely than not than the Patriots to get another Super Bowl win. Do you agree or disagree?
I do. I agree.
I agree. We put Coach Tomlin on our Christmas sleigh in our Christmas episode. So
it was meant to be.
He knew.
It was meant to be.
Santina, hit me. I'm ready.
Now, Jeanine, I asked you, which basketball player was nicknamed the Big Aristotle? That was between Shaquille O'Neal and Tim Duncan.
And
who did you choose?
I think I chose Shaquille O'Neal because I was like, it's Shaq.
Right.
Shaq.
And you're just right.
Like, the football gods, they're just shining down. The basketball gods, everyone, love you, God. Thank you, Santina. Now,
you're welcome.
Santina, who was the first quarterback to win?
Guys, I messed that up.
5 Super Bowls. No, that's fine.
I switched. I skipped.
No, that's fine, Santina.
Okay.
In your opinion, who was the first quarterback to win 5 Super Bowls? Joe Montana or Tom Brady. Sorry, those were the options.
I'm going to say I think you said Tom Brady.
Correct. Now, guys, again, I know people are going to be laughing when they're listening to it. I was like, I know who Joe Montana is, right? I've heard of the guy, right?
49 or something like that.
Right. I've seen him from time to time. Do I know a lot about him? No. But do I know some stuff about Tom Brady? Yes. So I know he graduated high school in 1975, but like, it's just Joe.
Football wasn't like crazy back then.
Yeah.
It is now.
Like, no one knew about football. Joe Montana, like, he was just some guy. Again, for people who never tuned into the podcast before, take what we say with a grain of salt. We like to have fun. We're joking.
Right. And I did skip a question. Whatever.
We're two girls who know something ish about sports. Again, we're not perfect.
Yeah.
And neither is Scooby. Anyway.
Well.
So, Santina, question number 10. Which
Yes.
MLB team has the most World Series title?
I believe it is the...
You have Yankees or the Dodgers? I chose Yankees. Who, in your opinion?
I'm going to say Yankees. I feel like I hear them more often, if that makes sense.
We're just going on surrounding.
I hear about them more often.
Wow, Santina. Go New York. We chose the right team.
Wow.
Did we get any wrong?
I don't think so.
It really helped with the 50-50. It really helped knock
Now,
you
if you
down.
had a third one in there, I would have gotten
A,
one
B,
right.
C, or D, Santina.
F.
A write-in. Does that count? Well, Santina, that was so much fun. I
was
kind
a
of like
lot
when
of
we do
fun.
games and trivia. That was a great time. And speaking of games, right, as we know, right now we are in the semifinals for basketball, which we are going to be diving into a little bit today. Basketball is hot right now, Santina. We're hearing about it. We're seeing the teams playing.
Yes.
It's very prevalent right now. I mean, yes, of course, it is in the semifinals. So, Santina,
Yes.
as of Tuesday, right? Today is Tuesday, May 6th. Girls Gone Sports episodes come out on Fridays. So this could change by the time we hit Friday. The Knicks have won one game. Who else, Santina, so far has won
the
another game?
Thunder and the Pacers have also won one game.
I'm sorry to your
Yeah, I forgot to mention.
Rockets.
Rockies.
Rockets.
Rockets.
I apologize, Houston Rockets.
My baseball team is Colorado Rockies.
That's where I get the confusion
something to do
from.
with a rock.
Someone's out there making fire.
I am mourning them today, but
Right.
you know what? We made it pretty far. It was always next year.
I am proud of you guys, Santina, and as a Knicks fan, we will lift you guys up in honor.
Thank you. I mean, in our defense, we did play Steph Curry, so I'm like, okay, really, you guys are setting us up to fail.
But if you think about it, you're so good that you made it up to the chance to play Steph Curry.
Yes, but I mean, it wasn't enough. My team
Just
we're
wasn't
gone.
enough.
Well, now move on to your team because
Thank you,
last
Santina.
night on
Woo-hoo.
Cinco de Mayo, they played the Celtics and they won 108 to 105 in overtime.
Santina, when I tell you, screaming, thrashing, swearing,
Right.
throwing off the blanket, putting the blanket back on, standing up, having a sip of water. This game had me
Crazy.
on my toes. And Santina, may I tell you why?
I wouldn't want to hear anything else.
Thank you. So the Knicks were not favored to win. Okay, ready? You're ready? Okay, I gotta adjust the microphone stand up for this
Let's
one.
get serious.
It's getting pretty serious here. I'm sweating. So the Knicks were already not favored to win. So when you kind of put that under our belt, it makes us almost want to win more in a way that's not
Right.
like rude. It's just like it kind of gives us a little bit of fuel. Like, okay, you're gonna see them. So they weren't favored to win. I think they were like 27% favored to win or something like that. Obviously, the Celtics were favored to win. And the Knicks around second and third quarter, when you start getting tired, the adrenaline kind of has...
Mine would be like first quarter.
I do one, I'd be like, yeah, I got my back, I got sprained. Coach, get water break. I need a tablet break. Right. And so the Knicks were kind of, starting to slow down a little bit. But then fourth quarter, it's like we woke up. I think
Right.
this happens with every sport. The first quarter, you're excited. You got the adrenaline rush. You're ready to go. Second, third, like your body's kind of like moping along. And fourth quarter, it's like, this is make it or break it. And that's what happened to the Knicks. We won in overtime. And I was just, so proud of the Knicks, especially I was a little nervous about going in to play Boston, right? They are a fantastic basketball team. And not only were we playing Boston Celtics, we were also in Boston. Oof. So that also adds to, the fire. But we won in overtime. And I feel like we would have won the game in general if Jalen Brunson didn't miss that layup, but I'm not going to hold that against him because he is like he's our team captain, like top scorer for our team, and he just comes through every time. Especially I think 2 games ago or the last game versus the Pistons, he got that like 3-pointer the last few seconds of the game. So Jalen Brunson, I love you, and I'm ready to see them play again. So good job to the Knicks.
That's like their strategy.
Just be lazy halfway through the game.
First quarter, it's like, okay, we're going to give it our all.
Right.
Show, and then second and third, we're like, let's trick the other team.
Right.
And show them that we're tired.
Yes.
But then make them work even harder to show off like their cool skills. Bam, fourth quarter. We're like, okay, we're going to make this a little interesting. Tie it. Overtime, they win.
Fake an injury halfway through.
Right, because if you think about it, the other team is probably, they're overthinking, okay, they're tired. What can we do? And then bam, fourth quarter, the other team's probably like, oh my gosh, they're coming back. What do we do?
Yeah.
Then, oh my gosh, overtime. What do we do? Then their brains get tired from thinking.
Santina, I like the complexity of your ideas and how we really just dive into the psychology of the player and we get into their brain.
We invented basketball.
No, we did. Remember, we had a basket and we had a ball and we made
My mom was
basketball.
doing laundry one day. I said, Jeanine, hold the basket up to the door, and then I just shot the clothes.
And 5 years later, the NBA was born. Remember,
1975.
Well, 1975 minus 18.
Favorite number of mine.
What's 75 minus 18? Guys, okay, let me do the math. You guys are probably laughing at us at home.
Calculator.
Yeah, if you could just.
75.
7? We were born in 1950.
Guys, well, we said 75, so if you reverse the numbers.
Right. Actually, wait.
It's all coming.
And this is like no shade to people born then because we love Elvis Presley so much that we wish we were alive when he was alive. I would have been at all the concerts.
Anything.
That credit card would have been the house would have been up for sale. Like,
oh wow,
Dad, I'm sorry, but Elvis, we love you.
I'll go to war for Elvis.
We would. I'm ready. Tell me when. We'll put our pink face paint on. Now, Santina.
Yes.
Now we have the Thunder and the Nuggets. Santina.
Yes.
Talk to us. What happened in this game? We had, the thunderclap and the chicken nuggets.
I love chicken nuggets.
Same.
So this game was also down to the wire. Okay, there was 2 minutes left. They were down. It was the
Thunder was down by 6. Correct.
Okay, Thunder was down by 6. By 1 minute left, they were 1 point away.
That's awesome.
Yep. And now thanks to Jokic.
That's our guy, Nikola.
Yeah, Nikola Jokic. 3-pointer and 42 points, 22 rebounds by the end of the game. So
that's awesome.
Would you say he was the reason why they won?
I would say so. I mean, towards the end, when we were watching the game, he was just like, I saw a 3-pointer, I saw a 2-pointer. It's like in those moments, you really need someone. Like, yes, it's a group effort, but also you kind of need someone to step up and be like, move out of the way, broskies. I got this. And you know what? It is
Papa's home.
Papa's home. That's literally what happened. And he brought it home. And with 11 seconds left, it was a 3-point game, which is amazing. Which what I appreciate about basketball is like you got your timeouts, and 11 seconds can be like a long time.
Yeah.
Versus in football, I'm like 11 seconds. Depends, but yeah.
But then with the 11 seconds, it was 3 points. Then with 3 seconds left, another 3-pointer, and Nuggets win 121 to 110.
Yeah.
But
we might have messed up the namings of the That's what makes it Girls Gone Sports. That's what makes us Girls Gone Sports.
We were actually...
we were tricking you guys to see if you were ready.
I love how whenever we mess up, we just look at each other like...
We go...
Yeah, I did.
No, the Nuggets were the ones who were down. I apologize. And then they got back up. So shout out to the Nuggets.
We were praising Thunder.
Wait, no, I think the ending score was 121 to 120. Guys, I just want to say this to those who are listening out there. I apologize. We're something-ish about sports. And when we're managers of different sports teams.
Remember, this isn't our only job.
But you know what, Santina? I love the authenticness that we bring, and we're not afraid to make mistakes and laugh through it and just, find, humor in it.
Imagine I got so mad. Why? Why did that happen?
Why? We cut the cameras? Cut? But yeah, anyway, the last time now for some real news, the last time the Nuggets made it to the semifinals was actually 2021, but they only won one game at the time. So Santina, what do you think? Do you think this is going to be a repeat of 2021, where after they win this game they're done, or do you think there's actually some potential here?
I think there's some potential.
Yeah.
I think they're going to be like, you know what, 2021's in the past. It's 2025 now.
I always wish teams the best. I just hope the teams have fun and they're having a good time. So that is what's happening for them for the semifinals. Now, Santina, I know we say this pretty often when we talk about basketball, but I think it'd be good just to give people a refresher. How does basketball, what's the word I'm looking for? Playoffs work? Let's explain to the people at home, you know, maybe they've never seen a basketball playoff game. Maybe they don't know. How does a basketball playoff game work? How do we determine who's going to go win?
I need this explanation like on my phone handy whenever I'm ready. So the team with the higher seed, aka best score, gets the first two home game advantage, right? So they can have the first two games at home. So this means your team is not done if they lose one game because it's best of 7. Yeah, best of 7 games.
Appreciate. So I do think it's fair. Whoever has the best record gets that home advantage, right? Kind of like in football. Right. And then what I do appreciate also too, it's best out of 7. So it's like you might lose one, okay, but then you win one the following game, and then back and forth. So it gives people an opportunity, you know, to recover from the mistakes.
There's like pressure. But also not as much pressure as
so that's what I appreciate about that. And now, Santina, speaking of teams, we have a quick couple of fun facts actually of some of the teams that are last standing here in the playoffs. So, Santina, did you know?
Okay.
Sorry if that burst your eardrum, everybody. Did you know that the Nuggets were originally known as the Denver Larks, but later changed to Rockets and then Nuggets? So you got a couple names.
I just couldn't be like, let's go Larks.
Larks, I couldn't. They got married like 3 times.
And then the Rockets, those are mine, so you have to give that up. Nuggets are fitting.
I like that.
I think the Nuggets are very fitting. Yeah. Well, Jeanine, did you know that the Golden State Warriors are the most valued NBA franchise with a $9.4 billion value?
I want to know, like, what's that in compared to, like, another sport, like a football team or something? 9.4 billion. Well, if you think about it, if they're representing California, correct? Yes.
Golden State, that's San Francisco.
Perfect. I mean, they got a bridge on there.
I think so, because that's the bridge.
Yeah. You got a lot of people. You have a lot of cities there, so I feel like that definitely does make sense. And I believe the Knicks are right under them, so that's pretty cool. Now, Santina, did you know? Spooky. I hope you guys heard that. That both Cavaliers and the Timberwolves got their names from a contest / a competition.
Oh. I did.
No thought behind it, really. No.
Just put your name in a hat.
Where's the bowl, guys? I'm gonna get the bowl.
Wait, so then do you think that at that competition or contest, they're like, okay, here are like 4 names that we have that we
vote?
want? Yeah. Or do you think like someone, like a fan, just put it in like a hat and they're like, that should be a name.
And let's get this over with. We are the Timberwolves. No, I think they had names set out and people probably, I feel like that would be it.
I mean,
you know
I could see that.
Yeah.
Okay, Jeanine, I think you will like this fact. Now,
well, did I know it?
I think you'll like, but I know you did not know.
Oh,
but do you want to know?
I think I want
to know. The Knicks have not won an NBA championship since 1973. And guess what? That's when Elvis was alive.
So the Knicks have not won a championship since Elvis was alive.
2 years before we were born.
Wait, no, 2 years before we graduated high school.
Oh, yeah. See, sorry, I'm in the Nuggets.
Guys, you know, Santina, I just gotta say, other shows might be polished. They might be produced by ESPN and CNN and these franchises. But we're 2 girls who know something ish about sports, and we're not afraid to laugh and have fun. And I love that about this. I just had to put that in there. That's crazy, man. Like the process, the Knicks have not won a championship since Elvis was alive.
So isn't it crazy that Elvis was probably watching a show like, come on, Knicks?
Remember, he invited us. And like we had the popcorn.
But we had
drinks.
our senior ball.
Right.
We had the SATs.
Yes, because we skipped 2 grades, so we were seniors.
Right, so we only did like 9th, and then we went straight to
senior year. That's 75. That's why we say we it's just, we just did.
18.
Right, we invented basketball, so it's like.
The tush push we invented.
Right, what's the other one too? The tush push. Ring of Fire.
The Ring of Fire.
WWE, we were in there.
We invented the WWE.
We brought John Cena to the WWE.
We trained and raised all of the fighters.
Trained and raised. We are their mothers. Anyway, that's crazy to be 1973. That's why I think the Knicks fans were ready. We were not a good team for so long, but we are ready. It's kind of like the Bills. I always loved teams for some reason that were really bad, and now they're really good.
Well, my teams have always been really bad. So.
No, remember the Jaguars? They're almost in the jungle.
They're at the door.
They're tiptoeing. They're at the door of the
prancing.
Prancing. You make me laugh, Santina. Now, speaking of NFL, that I said maybe 2 minutes ago, did you know that a Shedeur Sanders fan is suing the NFL for $101 million for emotional distress and trauma as a fan and a consumer, and the fan that is filing is choosing to go anonymous?
You know what? Why didn't I think to do that?
I missed my opportunity to make it big.
I mean, do you think it's him?
He's suing himself.
Wait,
it's a ghost. He's suing for $100 million. Now, if he didn't,
a fan of his,
a fan of Shedeur Sanders, because he has emotional distress and trauma after Shedeur Sanders was not picked until the 5th draft round pick of the NFL this year.
Wouldn't you gasp if it was the son of the coach?
The one who played the prank on him. This is like turning into like a telenovela. Like I love this.
I need to know who it is.
We need to be in the boardroom when these decisions are made.
But why didn't I think of that?
I gotta take a sick day from work.
Guys, I'm just a really emotional person. If really...
100 milli. Isn't that crazy though? He's not gonna win. 100% he's not winning. Because then I'll sue for him.
Like, what do
I'll sue for $20,000. I'll take something.
There weren't enough commercials in the Super Bowl, so I'm really upset.
Actually, just, I am not actually going to sue. That is just hypothetical.
Yeah, we're just joking.
Where's literally just 2 girls. Now, Santina, speaking of the NFL draft, what record did it almost break?
This year, Green Bay was the second most watched draft in history, with a total of 7.5 million viewers across multiple channels.
You would think that like maybe a draft, well, I know next year it's going to be in New Orleans, right?
Yeah.
But you would think like having the draft in like Green Bay is like, okay. I think there was just a hype around it, but obviously, probably because Shedeur Sanders and Travis Hunter, all these people. But that's crazy. I'm glad that the views are going back up.
I know.
Both
I'm
football.
like, you know what? I just think after the whole Shedeur Sanders thing, I think next year it's gonna break that record.
Yeah.
I think that next person's gonna be like, who else is gonna? Should we prank someone next year? I'm kidding. I would not prank anybody.
Aaron Rodgers, hypothetical.
But I need to know if that kid's gonna win.
And speaking of people and players, Santina, it is time to transition into one of our favorite segments called Cutie of the Week. Now, in Cutie of the Week, Santina and I each choose a person from this week that we feel like stood out to us, deserves the title of Cutie of the Week. Santina, who shall go first?
You can go first.
Okay.
Who's your Cutie of the Week, Jeanine?
My Cutie of the Week. Now, hear me out. Hear me out, everybody. My Cutie of the Week is John Doe. The guy going anonymous.
Jeanine, shut up. Because I was...
Santina, who's your Cutie of the Week?
The anonymous guy.
Listen, if you think about it, what do you want in a prince? Brave. Unafraid to ask for things.
Dependent. He can financially support you.
And he's emotionally available where he's able to express that he's stressed.
Right.
So our Cutie of the Week is John Doe, which he is representing himself in court.
When you start saying John, I'm like,
Cena. John Cena.
Guys, I was literally
John in the Bible. I don't know.
I was literally going to say that.
We be on the same. It's our crystal, the pink basketball. So we're a crystal ball.
ours, right?
This is our. Well, that was so funny. I love that we both were picking our friend John Doe. And speaking of friends, Santina, if you want to be a friend of Girls Gone Sports podcast, first of all, what are you waiting for? Seriously, follow us along. Oh my God, I can't. I'm so excited. Follow us, John Doe. Follow us along on Instagram at Girls Gone Sports Pod, where we post every week when we drop episodes. That's the first place that is notified to drop an episode, unless you are subscribed to us on YouTube and you hit that notification bell, because you will be notified as soon as we hit post. Because Santina, why would you want to miss an episode of Girls Gone Sports?
There's no
They're
reason.
literally, not even John Doe will.
Like, if you don't, we're going to send John Doe out to sue you.
Again, hypothetical.
All April Fools.
April Fools. And if you are liking this video, please hit that like button. Overall, it really just helps the channel and making sure that we are seeing that you like the content. And if you also want to follow us along on Facebook, if that is your jam, we are there at Girls Gone Sports. And we are still on TikTok as of now at Girls Gone Sports. So we will see you next week. Smiling faces, laughter, as usual, for episode 52 of Girls Gone Sports Podcast.
Girls, they wanna have fun.